It's Week 16 of the NFL, and the focus is on Courtland Sutton. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Broncos and the Chargers, next on EA Sports.
If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Carter, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago. Finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500. But that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely. And really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from SoFi. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season now, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now a play fake. Herbert. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Here comes Smith on the return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Broncos led by the rookie, quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the 1st round, number 12 overall. He's been around, he's 24 years old, but the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job of identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it. The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
First and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one caught Javonte. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
A first down throw for Nix. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Dulcich now brought in motion. They'll run, and here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll try to run this one in. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. They'll go with him again. Powering forward. He's in. Audric Estime. Touchdown, Denver. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. Davis now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Gus Edwards. Has an opening. Past the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
To the left side, catch made by McConkey.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, L.A. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He connects with Disley. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here's a run. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Pistol here for Herbert. Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Herbert, touchdown Chargers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Here's Traymon Smith on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The rookie, Bo Nix, and the Broncos offense getting set to take over once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Denver.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Here's first and 10. Throwing. Nix. There's a screen from McLaughlin. Back-to-back. Gains of 10 yards. And back-to-back first downs.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Second and 7. Another run, and again, it's estimate. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Denver first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Nix now on first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in second and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think you just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Nix from the gun on third down. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. They motion a receiver right. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Herbert to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the second time. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back to throw is Nix. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver. It's second down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be intercepted. A pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Nix gonna give this to Estime. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Once more, it's Estime. He'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
A gain of 7, and the Broncos first down.
They'll throw. It's Nix. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
To throw is Nix. He'll try to set up the screen to Estime. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll hand it off here to Estime. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Nix. They'll look to set up the screen here. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. On 4th down, the Broncos send out Riley Dixon to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Herbert now on 1st down. That's caught over the middle by Thomas.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
There is his tight end, Disley. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. That is catch number 60 for the season.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
The Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start our tour in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Alexander Madison, the former Viking, a touchdown run. From there, we take the long plane ride back to Florida to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy on target repeatedly there. 5 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Patrick Mahomes, another strong performance as his guys claim victory number 13 on the year. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. Here's Nix to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's Estime. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Reynolds is the motion man here. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On the give, here's Estime. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
On the ground, McLaughlin. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Reynolds is the motion man here. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
That's complete. It's McLaughlin.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
A run here. It's McLaughlin. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Jaleel McLaughlin. Touchdown, Broncos. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, The defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Herbert to throw on second down. A throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they would probably anticipate.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
A run with Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins. The speed on display. He's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, L.A. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Broncos offense and Audric Estime, the running back, getting ready to go back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Throwing, Nix. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run now with McLaughlin. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.